Well, let's try it. Let's try this the third time here, I guess. Oh my God, just chaos. All right, I didn't save the other one because we just started the match. I'm not gonna make extra work for myself for even the first 30 seconds of a match, man. Well, let's try this again. Um, First ever episode of LLW Primetime. Starting off with quite a few hitches, apparently. Opening match is the much requested John Moxley Harley Race rematch from the Legends League of Wrestling event. This time in a cage. Koke Carl's gonna be our referee tonight. Although that doesn't always have to be. Matches in prime time are either going to be 30 minutes for singles or 60 minutes for pretty much everything else. Kind of want to let the wrestling have long epicness if it needs to. Um, def, but I'll probably say this quite a few times during the stream. Match requests is what's going to fuel this show for the most part. So, for people who want to see any match between any wrestler for any belt, anything, just submit it, and I'll put it down on the list. But for those of you who were trying to catch this, I apologize for the false starts. Every once in a blue moon, the PlayStation internet connection just does not want to cooperate. But I'm gonna be tenacious about it because I really wanted to do this tonight. All right, let's see how it goes here once again. All right.
Fight!
All right. So for the rest of the card, for those of you who didn't catch the last false stream that was deleted, after this, DDP will fight Randy Orton. Then Sabu and Al Snow will fight for a spot in the top 12. These matches are request matches. After that, we got some top 12 roster action. Mike Awesome's going to fight Drew McIntyre for an LLW title shot in the next primetime event. After that, Jerry Lynn and Shamrock are going to fight in a semi-main spot on a little grudge match action. In the main event, Edge and Christian in tag action are going to fight the LLW champion Rick Rude and Vader. Both those guys had a lot of issues with Edge and Christian at that event, a lot of interference. So, kind of taking all out in that event there. And I can also say to give people a little clue on what to expect at the next prime time, because we do have there's an extra match request that I decided to save for the next one. It's gonna be let's see, Cactus Jack and Raven going against each other in a barbed wire death match. That's what's gonna happen in the next prime time episode. So there's a little sneak peek there. but also for the TWN promotional folks running promotions. This LLW stuff. This is the place to do match requests to see, because the wrestlers I'm using here are the same ones in TWN. There's no differences. So if you want to get a chance to get an idea of who you want to keep, get rid of, draft, or skip out on, this is the place to check them. Especially since a lot of guys are going to be available for drafting are guys who've been involved, are going to be involved in LLW stuff. Lariat cover. Oh, running knee. Oh, dirty deeds.
10 minutes gone.
Oh, ran him in a cage. Oh, paradigm shift.
1, 2.
Kicked out at 2. Gotch pile driver. Another Gotch pile driver. Oh, the bulldog choke. Belly to belly slam. Neck breaker. Another Gotch pile driver. Lariat. Yeah, I thought so too. Pile driver. Cover.
1, 2.
Ooh. Another lariat. Oh, grab a baseball bat. Let's see who's going to bleed first here. Race or Moxley. Oh! Ooh, running a little knee attack there. There, gosh, pile driver. Oh, it's being put up top. Oh! Top rope German flips him off, gives him the old hook and ladder. Side against it. Dragon Screw. Ooh, does it that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Belly to belly slam. Butterfly suplex.
Yeah.
Oh, headbutt. Oh, got in that bulldog choke. But the rope save him.
Yeah.
Oh, pile driver. Cover.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, my race with the win. Yeah, full 100. Fucking certified classic. David Meltzer shedded tears down the walkway after the match ended. So he had to go and grab tissues for the waterworks. Ooh, accidentally pressed the wrong button there. Nope. You already had that. Next up, DDP and Randy Orton, Battle of the Cutter KOs, or the Diamond R's, or whatever you want to call the hybrid variation of that name. Yeah, 2 pit bulls. I mean, that's how it's done, though. 2 pit bulls. That's how it works. Get a classic from that. Ooh, too far. Alright, let's see how this one goes here.
It's me. It's DDP. Bang!
Alright, let's see how this one goes. Of course, these two have never faced each other in real life. So it's kind of... You know, and it's funny because both these guys do the cutters out of nowhere in different ways. Because DDP always did his out of nowhere through different positions, like variations like pop-up, Death Valley, TKO, avalanche cutter, you know, running cutter. I mean, he did it in different positions. While Orin, he kind of used it more like out of nowhere, like a counter move. Like someone does a shooting star, RKO, goes for a curb stun, RKO, or like he does this where it definitely feels like something that's out of nowhere. And DDP kind of did it like that too a little bit, but Randy Orton added a lot of athleticism to it, while DDP was kind of more of a craftsman to it. I wonder if that's a part of... I wonder if it's one of his attires in that model. I have to check, because it really should be there. Diamond Cutter!
1, 2.
Oh my god, Orin's busted open! DDP trying to make a statement. Diamond Clash.
Give up. Give up.
Ooh, ref is down. Diamond Cutter. Orin is in big trouble here.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, wow.
It's DDP.
Wow. I did not anticipate that. Went from Meltzer crying about a great match to him demanding his money back for that. Oof. Man, sometimes that happens, though. It happens. That's kind of the magic of the game, is that you can do the same matchup over and over again, and you can get different results every time. That's kind of part of the magic of the game a little bit. Is there a variation? Oh, there's jeans with a little bit of tape. We got it there. So it is in that model. But next matchup, Sabu and Al Snow. Winner gets a spot in the top 12, which is very important for repeat bookings and such. When you request a match with a specific wrestler against the top 12. If they win, they take over that spot, which means that they'll be booked in more consistent matches in the Primetime episode. So if there's a guy you really want to see more than one time, like, definitely see if he can sneak in, challenging him to one of those guys, because that can make a difference. Oh yeah, oh totally. I mean that's what got everything going. Like, it's funny because when people think of baby faces for WCW, really there's 4 guys that come to mind for me when guys who were fighting NWO nonstop. It was DDP, Sting, of course, Lex Luger early on, before the Wolfpack shit. Like, early on, he was a huge babyface for WCW, and Roddy Piper. Really, those 4 were kind of like one of the main guys. And you know what, one of the biggest mistakes they ever did with that storyline is they never had WCW guys form a cohesive unit. Like, they always stayed separate from each other, which is crazy to me, because you think, like, after a little bit you have the guys be like, okay, we gotta team up and get rid of them, but they never really go through with that. And it just it really made stuff dwell a little bit more than they should. All right, let's see how this one goes here. Like I said, if there is time, I am open to taking match requests and having them done on stream, as well as match requests for the next Primetime event we do. So if you're specific wrestlers you want to see matched up and stuff, feel free to submit them, and I'll jot them down, and maybe we can do one or two of them in the stream if I have enough time. Yeah, the only problem with that was the fact that it was a non-title match, which bugged a lot of people right around that time, because a lot of people, because he was in charge of booking, and a lot of people were thinking, well, wait a sec, he booked the match, why didn't he book it so he win the title? Like, that's crazy. But in all honesty, I think that's the only way Piper won, was the fact that Hogan kept the title. Because I think if they made it a legit title match, Piper wouldn't have won, because they weren't gonna have Hogan lose that belt anytime soon. But it's probably the best of their encounters in WCW, in all honesty, despite that little miscue. It probably is. Oh, Raven's clutch out of nowhere there. I wonder if these two ever faced each other in real life, because they both were in ECW, but I don't know if they ever crossed paths. Yeah, definitely. He didn't need a title, for sure. It was just one of those weird little miscues there, but yeah, he never needed a title. I mean, I will say this. There are definitely wrestlers... Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Crash. How you doing, Crash? I don't know if you ever joined these streams before, but if you haven't yet, welcome to the stream. But yeah, it probably was one of his clauses. That's for sure. I mean, man, trying to convince Hogan to drop the title must have been like performing surgery. I mean, good lord. Awesome. Well, welcome to LLW. Basically what this is kind of like, pretty much a match request show, driven. There's also like, cause we did a huge event, like a league-like event, and we had crowned a winner and so on and so on. And pretty much how this works is there's a group of guys, like a top 12. They have their own matches in the show, but a large chunk of the show is match requests. So if you ever had like certain wrestlers you wanted to see, like match requests for stuff, feel free to submit them. They could be any guys for any title or whatever. Depending on time, some of them I could do on stream, and some of them I may have to save for the next episode of Primetime. So that's kind of the gist of it. Yeah, it's something I just started. It's kind of like, it's almost like a semi-companion piece to another thing I do called TWN. That one's just like me and a bunch of guys like doing e-feds and kind of competing against each other from booking shows and whatever. We just concluded our 7th season of it. Oh, he just stole a maneuver. And a lot of this. Oh wow!
What does everybody want?
Al Snow just took Sabu's spot, so I guess we're gonna see more Al Snow. sad, but he was the first ever former member of the top 12. Better. Well, there you go. Surfer Sting versus early 90s Sherry Shawn. Okay, I'll jot that down. We do have a Surfer Sting model I have to bring out of the storage. Sherry Shawn. Like, since Sherry Shawn. Alright. Alright, next up, Mike Awesome and Drew McIntyre. Going for a LLW title shot. Winner of this will face Rick Rude at the next Primetime event. Now we're into like the more of the top 12 guys here. Alright, let's see how it goes here. Teardrop suplex. Oh yeah, when he used that as a finisher, oh yeah. Okay, so like Shawn Michaels and Sherry at ringside is what I take you meant, Xavier. I can certainly do that.
Come on.
That'll go great with, because I said it in the last stream, I should have said it here, but as a sneak peek for the next Primetime episode, there was an extra match request that I left off this show, just because I wanted to keep it to 6, unless we get enough time to do impromptu match requests. But the opening match in that one's going to be Raven and Cactus Jack in the Barbs, a barbed wire death match. So that match will probably go on after that one. Oh, that's freaking awesome. Like, Awesome and Tanaka is probably one of my favorite rivalries ever. I imagine it was insane. Man, that would be a great to see live. I wish I could have caught one live, but I was too little back then. I would have been very young, like a toddler. Oh, man.
Fight!
But yeah, I mean... Yeah, it's a shame. 13, yeah. Oh man, that would be great to see at 13. Man, if I saw something like that at 13, that would have blown my mind. No, I didn't really start getting really into wrestling. Trying to think. It was when I was doing reviews on the channel. I was doing sports game review stuff. I ran into like WWF Warzone on PlayStation. I'm like, you know what? I think I'll try some wrestling stuff out, and I reviewed that for the channel, and that kind of got my that kind of gave me a sample a little bit. And then I don't know how I discovered Fire Pro stuff, but one day I decided to dive into Fire Pro stuff, and I reviewed Returns and World, and that's kind of how the whole freaking domino effect started with me getting into wrestling. And fast forward today, I think that all that happened like 2019, 2020. Yeah, 2020 for Fire Pro stuff, that's for sure. And that's kind of how that caused the domino effect. Now, like 4 years later, like I'm just knee deep, like head deep in like wrestling stuff. Oh, big suplex. Both these guys in the event, they really finished their opponents off fast in the Legends League of Wrestling event, especially McIntyre. So this matchup is a good test of strength here. Alabama Slam. But it's awesome that Tanaka still wrestles though.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Ooh, suicide dive.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17,
Well,
18.
what helps Well, a couple things help with that. One, typically when I get passionate about something, I really dive deep into it. And two, when I started doing TWN stuff, and I had to convert wrestlers over to be used for EFED stuff, for like rate match ratings and stuff. And that included getting accurate movesets for all the wrestlers that I converted over. Now, when I started it, I wasn't very good at it. And I was a little rough, but over time I got better and better at it, at researching wrestlers and the movesets, to the point where I have it down pretty much flat for the most part. I mean, it could always get better, but that's how I learned a lot about wrestlers and movesets and stuff, is just through TWN stuff. And plus, you know, I watch like YouTubers like Wrestling with Regret, Wrestling Bios.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah,
8,
it
9, 10, 11,
it helped too.
12,
And plus,
13,
when I started doing these kind of projects, the first thing I did was something we did called YWA, OSW review. I'm familiar with that, but I haven't fully gotten into that. A lot of my wrestling videos have been channeled in keeping up. Wrestling video like Drive has been channeled in keeping up with Reliving the War series that Wrestling Bios does. I also do sometimes I'll watch stuff from New Legacy Inc. Oh, runs in with the Future Shock. McIntyre's going to face Rick Rude in the main event next Primetime episode for that title, so that's something to look forward to there. But yeah, I mean, it's just, but the thing is, I think what really got me into wrestling too, because when I grew up, I did sports, but I also like stuff like art and theater and, you know, creative stuff or whatever. And when I finally did kind of got into wrestling, because wrestling's kind of a great hybrid of both those things, the sport and the creative, and it just kind of clicked. And that's kind of what got me going into it. But yeah, because a lot of the stuff when I learning about wrestling was just a combination of doing various projects and Fire Pro, whether it be YWA stuff that I did for a bit, TWN, this stuff here, just a lot of different stuff, kind of. And plus, the guys I do TWN and other stuff with kind of learn some things from them too. I'll check them out. I'll give them a whirl when I get some free time. What was it? Oh yeah, Jerry Lynn and Shamrock are up next here. Both those guys are going to be in. Wait, I went too far. Alright, and let's see. Okay, let's see how this one goes. This is just a simple grudge match from the Legends League of Wrestling event here. But yeah, but yeah, that's kind of, yeah, because I'm trying to think. Yeah, kind of a prototype Jenny. You know what? It's kind of funny you mention that. Funny you mention that because sometimes, whenever, because I think Jerry Lynn was in the same bracket as Omega in that event, and they did blend in with each other. It's kind of funny. Even the DDP model we use kind of blends in with Omega a little bit too. Well, and this is someone I saw in a video about Shamrock when they were doing, like, I think it was Wrestling with Regret guy. I think he said it. He said that the problem with Shamrock had was that he kind of came at a weird time because the Attitude Era had a lot of, like, stars and stuff. Not stars, but a lot of names, wrestling names and guys that were really, like, prying for top spots. So the problem that Shamrock had is that if he came in a little earlier or a little later, he would have been better off. Because if he went in a little earlier, he would have started during the new gen era, and he would have room to grow and shine. But if he came a little later during the Ruthless Aggression era, he would have room and time to shine because of the roster draft and all that. So he'd have room to grow. But during that Attitude Era, we had all those guys, and yeah, for the kind of during the Attitude Era, you had like 2 shows, but just one. There wasn't a lot of room. Yeah, exactly. And I think I would have loved to see him in the Ruthless Aggression era a little bit more than the Attitude Era. I mean, New Gen era, he probably would have thrived a bit too, but I think he would benefit a lot more in the Ruthless Aggression era, especially if he had a feud with guys like Kurt Angle and all that. Ooh, top rope perk and Rana. Ooh. Pop-up sit-out bomb. Yeah, the cradle pile driver. Yeah, that was a good pile driver variation. Yeah, cause he looks like when he cradles you like that, he looks like he's like literally shoving you down with like your in the between the legs there, like shoving your head down like that, where it makes it look a lot more brutal. And I think what helps too is that it's kind of a jumping variation of the Gotch pile driver too, because the Gotch pile driver is a cradle, but roll up, but he kind of sits out a little bit when guys do it a little bit. But I have to do digging on that because it could vary from wrestler to wrestler and how they do that Gotch pile driver. All right, now for the main event. Epic icon here. We got Edge and Christian fighting the current LLW champion Rick Rude and Vader. The roll up, yeah, especially in WWE. It also reminds me, I'm also working on 4 contenders tournaments events. That'll be kind of 2-part events. The first one I'm working on currently right now. The contenders tournaments are guys that were in line to be part of the event, but because of a snafu by me not remembering how many guys I could actually do in the league mode of this game, we had to cut guys out. So those guys are going to get a title shot through contenders tournaments. Those will be independent from the primetime events. So at some point you will see like them kind of going up and around each other. All right, Stan Hansen, Kevin Owens. I will jot that down. All right. And then let's see, Edge and Christian here, and Rick Rude. Yeah. So now we got the match request count for the next Primetime event filled out here. Let's see. So all right. Yeah, Rick Rude was awesome. He you know, for all the promotion, it's funny. It's kind of weird toward the end of his career. He kind of became famous for promotion jumping, like the infamous. The famous like one week where Rick Rude was on all the shows, like Nitro. He was on Nitro and Raw and at the same time in one night, and frickin' ECW show that week as well. Muta and Shinsuke. I do have Muta. I would have to work on Shinsuke. Do you mean Shinsuke Nakamura? Because if you do, then we can certainly make that match happen. I just gotta convert over Shinsuke, so that might take a little bit of time, but I will jot that down. So we'll probably. But I will jot that down. I will work on Shinsuke when I get a chance. Well, I'll probably reserve that match for the next primetime episode. If we do have enough time, I think we'll do. I think Crash, since you're joining for the first time, I think if the what was it, the King Sasa or the King Shasa or whatever, however you pronounce it. But if we do get enough time, I will do Crash's Kevin Owens Stan Hansen request if we have enough time after this main event here. Yeah, Shining Wizard's a fun move. I think some of the best wrestling moves are the moves you can kind of do out of nowhere, and the Shining Wizard's one of them.
Okay, baby. Okay, baby. Okay, baby. Okay, baby.
And Rick Rutan was insane. Vader and Edge kicking things off here in this tag event. And flicking the sweat off at the crowd. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you know what? It's funny when I convert wrestlers over, when I get the movesets, because I got some of these. It always amazes me how varied some of these wrestlers are. Because there's some wrestlers where I have too many moves to pick from to put in their moveset, and there's some wrestlers I have to like scratch and claw on YouTube and the internet to find like moves that they use, because some guys Like, there's guys like Abendula the Butcher, Gorgeous George. Those older wrestlers are super tough. But then you got some of the newer wrestlers that use all these crazy moves that aren't even in this game, and those can be tough to find too. But I always enjoy doing it though, because I feel like I learn so much when I do it with wrestling stuff, and it's also nice to see like those kind of wrestlers like face off against the other wrestlers to see like how well they compare and contrast. Because and also sometimes when I see them go in the game, sometimes they need adjustments, and sometimes I keep forgetting to do adjustments, because some of my older models that I have when I first started doing TW and stuff, they're not really quite as polished as they could be, and I keep forgetting to go back to them to polish them up. Guys like Nash and Hall, and trying to think, maybe, I don't want to say the Road Warriors, man. Road Warriors, they won every match in TW, and they rarely lost, and I tried everything to get them bounced out, but they were just world beaters. Which is fine, technically, because, you know, it's the Road Warriors, but good lord, I think they held on to, like, tag titles for, like, a gajillion straight defenses. Like, they didn't drop nothing. The Usos were kind of like that, too, because they kind of took all the promotions' tag titles, and everyone tried to get them back, and they couldn't get them back. Ooh, Jiggle Jimmy Del Rey. Jimmy Del Rey, I don't know if I do. If I don't, I can convert him over. It might take a little bit of time, but I'll certainly do it. I'll write him down too, so he'll be on the list. Yeah, because right now I've been trying to get through, because there's a lot of the guys that are going to be in contenders tournaments haven't been like, well, only half converted over. I have to work on their movesets, and right now I've been working on Ezekiel Jackson, and it took a minute to get his stuff because he did not do a lot of moves. Oh, Heavenly Bodies, okay. Alright, so he's a little bit more old school. I don't know if I have him. If I do have him, he hasn't been converted yet, so I will have to convert him. Oh yeah, we have Hart Foundation. Like, we have, like, Bret Hart, Anvil, Pillman, Owen Hart, British Bulldog. We have all 5 of those guys. Some of those models may need a little bit of work. But they're usable. We can certainly use them. They just may need some touch-ups, like some of the older ones, like Anvil and maybe the Bulldog. Owen Hart and Bret Hart might need a touch-up. Owen Hart and Pillman are pretty much set. Hart Foundation versus Blue Butts. I'll write that down. For Blue Bloods, do you mean like Regal and I'm trying to think what was his partner. Like, what members of the Blue Bloods are you thinking with that? Oh yeah, Smoky Mountain Wrestling. That was a Regal. All right, Regal. And come on! Oh, DDT. Who's partnering with Taylor? Oh, I have Taylor. So that's oh! Christian pins the champion. Oh yeah, we got time. I can certainly squeeze in that Kevin Owens Stan Hansen match. 67, really? Man, yeah, we'll do another one. Yeah, I mean, Christian can make an argument to get that title from Rick Rude now. We'll have to see. Um, but yeah, we'll do a Kevin Owens and Stan Hansen. We'll sneak that in. Because even though in other like TWN stuff's pretty strict in amount of matches and stuff for a lot of events, but for this kind of thing, I want to try to keep things kind of loose and relaxed, kind of like a semi-structured match request show kind of thing. Because sometimes for a while I get every once in a while when I do these streams, sometimes I get like a lot of match requests in the past, and I'm like, I gotta save it for the next one, and then the next one never comes because I always got all these projects going on. So I kind of wanted to bring this in to kind of fulfill that a little bit. So right now we just entered the off season and we're getting ready for the draft. If you want to follow that stuff, you can join the channel Discord. All the information to the promotion stuff's there. The retros, I also post stuff related to it in the Retro Sports Gamer Discord too. Thank you. Yeah, it takes a lot of work, but I love doing it. Yeah, because I'm kind of OCD on stuff in real life, so when I do the wrestling models, it kind of peeks in a little bit sometimes. Yeah, a little bonus action, Kevin Owens and Stan Hansen, and some exhibition action coming up. Let's see. But yeah, pretty much how that works is, well, TWN has gone through a lot of different. I recently had to restructure it a little bit because we had a couple guys are taking breaks, so we have a little bit less promotions than we typically do. Although we do have one new guy joining, kinda. Basically, how it works in this season and past seasons, there was different formats. Like for a little bit, there was a shared show format, and then for a bit everyone had their own show that they competed with on weeks. But the new formation, how it works is that pretty much promotions can do shows and pay-per-views of their own roster, but there's a one show where every promotion submits a match, and then depending on match quality and the winner of the matches, they get shot for the. Think of it like a big ass territory system, with different territories, and then the TWN titles are kind of like the NWA titles. That's kind of how it works. And basically, there's only one like currency, but the currency is also. I don't remember what I put it as. Shoot. I think. I'll post it on the Campy Discord when I get a chance, and you'll be able to add it there, because I don't think I can check until I end the stream. Alright, let's see how this one goes. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll definitely do that. But yeah, but some promotions do their own storylines with wrestlers. Some promotions just book straight matches. I mean, but basically how the new season's gonna work is it's each at the bare minimum, each promotion has to provide one match when I do. It's pretty much called a World Tour episode, and pretty much that's like I said, every promotion gets a match. The winner of the best rated match will face the TWN champion in the main event. There's also other TWN titles that could appear on the show as well. And then outside of that, it's all up to the promotions, because how it works is that there's in order to be top promotion, you gotta get popularity points. And you have to gather them through various things like like doing shows, pay-per-views, winning titles, and other stuff. But it's also the currency. That's a new thing this coming season. So you have to get them for standings, but you also have to get them to spend. Yeah, I just thank you for that. So you also have to spend popularity points to earn popularity points. And that's how promotions kind of function. It is definitely like an e-fed, and all their bookings and stuff get streamed on the channel. I do have a TWN playlist. I also have playlists for all the promotions, shows, and pay-per-views and such. So if people wanted to there's a lot of it. So you might have to watch for a while to kind of fully catch up. But if you wanted to, I mean, I don't know how much you would have to do, because like I said, not every promotion does story stuff. If you want to, the best way to probably catch up would be through the Discord. But you could certainly watch the events if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that, of course. But there's a lot of it. But yeah, that's kind of how it works. In the past, for people to join, they would have to do certain things, because the way in the past required guys to book and check very routinely. And we had some guys try to join that were weren't as available as they thought they would be. So for a while we had a system that was very kind of strict on but now with the new system, it's not as strict. So if people wanted to join, the most people would have to do if they joined is be able to book a match on routine. I mean, I don't know how far the promotion will go if they don't do anything else like shows and pay-per-views and stuff, but that's the basic gist of it. I mean, there's a whole guidebook and everything on that Discord too, although I might have to polish it up a tiny bit because I just updated it. 1, 2. Ooh. Another pile driver.
1, 2.
Ooh. The lariat. Oh, Owens has to be careful. Oh. Oh, bullfrog splash.
1, 2.
But yeah, that's kind of the basic gist of TWN. I mean, and there's also other wrestling projects I do in other games, like some of the 2Ks and stuff. I'm recently doing like a season mode review of the SmackDown Here Comes the Pain game. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff I do on the channel, so there's definitely no shortage of stuff to look at. Yes, no, it wasn't. Yeah, it can be very exciting. Like the playoffs of TWN were really down to the wire in a lot of matches. It was actually quite. I was actually pleased with it, because I was a little worried, because the last season it took a long time, because typically a season of TWN's only like 2 or 3 months roughly, but that season took almost a whole year because we had a lot of starting and stopping because of life and stuff. Yeah, I mean, he's just built different. I mean, he had to... I mean, once you survive a rivalry with Sami Zayn, I mean, what more could put you down?
One, two, three.
Oh-ho! Whoa! A face wash! He beat him with a face wash! What? Oh my god. Ugh. I'll mark that down. Wow. Little bonus match there. Okay. Now, let's see. Yeah, he did hit that. I don't remember if he went for a cover on that move. Okay, so here's a little sneak peek of what's going to happen at the next face wash. Hi, Jesse Green. How you doing? I don't think you've been on a stream before, but you haven't yet. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's pretty much like a rough attack combo in the corner. It's I'm kind of shocked he won with that. But yeah, but I'm happy. Before things conclude here, I want to say again, if you guys have match requests, feel free to submit them. You can submit them on here. You can submit them on the comment section. You can submit them on the Discord. You can submit them anywhere. They could be any wrestler for any title, anything. Yeah, exactly. Um, Yeah, it's like if you make a mud hole, take all the energy in a mud hole, make it one quick jab right by the face. Welcome. Unfortunately, the timing isn't. Unfortunately, we were just about to conclude the stream, but I will be doing more of these. So if there's, like I said, basically what the LLW stuff is, it's pretty much match request driven with a little bit of a specific roster we do stuff within it. But if you want to do match requests, feel free to submit them anywhere for wrestling stuff. Any wrestler for any title, anything. And you can submit it anywhere. I'll jot it down and we'll get to it. We took quite a few in this one. So far, what's going to be happening in the next Primetime episode is... I get that. I do. Sometimes my timing's awful sometimes. It's fun. It's weird how it happens. But yeah, sneak peek for the next episode. The opening match is going to be Raven and Cactus Jack in a barbed wire death match. After that, Surfer Sting will fight Shawn Michaels with Sherry at ringside, and let's see, and then the Hart Foundation is going to fight the Blue Bloods. Because I gotta work on that Shanksky Muda and gotta find Jim Del Rey too, and then the other three matches, that's going to concur with the top 12. I don't have any booked yet for that, except for in the main event, Rick Rude defend the LLW championship against Drew McIntyre. So that's what to expect. It'll be a 6-match show, but like you just saw, if there is time, I will do extra matches if there is time. Unfortunately, I am kind of out of time. I don't know, not gonna put a cap on time. An hour for this stream was about right, but I may go a little more, a little less than that, depending on the day and stuff. But yeah, if you like this stuff, guys, you'll tune in for TWN stuff. That's like eFed stuff, with me and a bunch of guys doing promotions and competing against each other to get best matches, get belts, all sorts of stuff. If you want information on that is in the Campy Discord. I also post stuff in that Discord about it, and also the Retro Sports Gamer Discord. So if you want to get to know more about that, the information's there. I'm also there if you have questions and stuff, because a lot of the stuff I do is very participation driven. So it is very... Yes, and I don't know, and yeah, I try to stream almost every day. Last couple days have kind of been dead because I've been working on stuff, but I usually try to stream almost every day something. Yes, I'm hoping there'll be good matches. I'm sure they will be though. But yeah, the next episode of Primetime, it should be relatively soon. I'm thinking I'm probably, in terms of streaming schedule, tomorrow I'm going to try to resume my SmackDown Here Comes the Pain season mode review. Tomorrow, that's going to go tomorrow. Monday, Monday, I'm not sure. I think that I might actually do the other episode of Primetime Monday. I also the poll is still up for the 750 subscriber celebration stream. It is a three-way tie right now between a wrestling game theme stream, a sports game theme stream, and a regular video game theme stream. So if anyone has specific preferences, it's still up for voting. Um, but that's another thing there to expect coming up. But TW in off season right now, there's going to be some draft is coming up next. Some guys are going to be moving stuff around and stuff. So hopefully this new season of TW, and I hope to start that. I play all kinds of sports games. I play so many. Currently I've been reviewing the NBA Live series. I'm working on the one right now. I'm almost finished with the PS2 installments, and after that's the PS3 ones. But I have a little bit of sports games. I have pretty much everything. I have like almost all the major EA ones, all the major 2K ones, the 989 games, the Xbox exclusive games, some special one-off ones, like indie sports games. I have some of them. It's very numerous. Like, I also have a lot of wrestling games. I have a couple MMA games. I have some boxing games. I have some rugby. I have a couple soccers. Live 95 on Genesis. Ooh, I do have that. I do have the Genesis ones too. But yeah, that's kind of what to expect there. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, but the thing with sports games, because when I started collecting games to do on YouTube and stuff, all the sports games were super cheap. But stuff has gone up in the last few years. Yeah, cricket. I need to get some cricket stuff. Um, but if you guys want match, I do another thing called a choose your own game venture, and that's pretty much a game request stream. And I'll do game requests there. I've done four. The last one I did was in December. I will do more in the future. So if you guys have specific games you want to see me play live, I will do them. I will say though, all the games that are on the channel, I 99% of them I do have. So they all have been covered on the channel at some point, but I will do them live. I don't have anything lined up in the next one, so if there are games you want to see, feel free to request them. There is a list posted on Discord of the games. I have a link to the list, but I will repost it again. Yes, I do too. I grew up, my first video games I grew up on were sports games, but I grew up on a lot of different gaming experiences, but I didn't fully dive into like video games like fully until I was a bit older, but most of that stuff was like sports games and like Guitar Hero Rock Band. Lethal League. Oh man, that sounds familiar, but I don't think I have. Um but let's see. But I didn't really get into like video games in a more quote unquote normal way, like general video games. So I was like a lot older, like almost done with college. So I spent a lot of my time growing up like kind of into video games, but I think I stopped playing video games. f- I think like for like a 4 or 5 year span, I didn't play video games. Oh, I do have NES Pro Wrestling. I do have that game. That's a fun game. I do like that one a lot. I thought about doing an NES Pro Wrestling tournament in this game for a special like 700th episode or whatever special, but there's not a lot. Or maybe I already did. I might have already did. I don't remember. Ooh, man. Is it a newer game or is it a retro one? Let me think. But yeah, that's kind of the streaming schedule there. But yeah, that's oh man, I'll have to look it up. I'll have to see if I can find a copy. Um, it's kind of slim pickings where I live at for retro game finding. One store got revamped, and they still have some retro games, but it's kind of thin now, and they're the better store. Unfortunately, the other store has more, but it's a little bit on the. It's not shady, but it's not like I wouldn't want to get all my games there either. It's kind of more of a Hail Mary for stuff. PSN. Oh, all right. If it's a reasonable price, I could probably get it and review it at some point. Um, I will say though, another thing that people can expect coming out. I do plan on doing a channel update stream at some point because there's a lot of stuff I need to go over on because there's a lot of projects coming up that I'm gonna try to do. Because right now it's NBA Live. I plan on doing the Knockout King series in February, and then I'm gonna hope, but the odds are I may take a month break from it. Do the NCAA football games because I finally got the last one I needed to do that set. Because I did the PS1 games a while back, and I had all the other ones PS2 and PS3 except for 11 on PS2, and I finally got it for Christmas. $20 at most. Okay, I'll get it at some point. I don't know when though. But I will try to get it because I am curious on that. Because there's another great sports game on Xbox that I love that I did once on the channel, but I want to try to do again. It was oh, what was it? I have it right in front of me. It is oh man. Death Row. Like a disc thing. I know, it's so easy to forget about, but I believe all of them. I just gotta test all the discs, make sure they all work. Because what I'd like to do, I didn't do this at first, but over time, what I'd like to do is for like a series, if it's a series of 8 games or more, if it's less than that, I just do it in sports game reviews. But about 8 games, I can potentially do or more. Um, I do a series as a whole thing, like NHL series, like the NHL series, for an example, I did from Genesis to PlayStation to PS2 and PS3. I typically do PlayStation ones just because they're a little easier to find when I was gathering stuff, and I grew up more on PlayStation, so I kind of started with that. But with the idea that I would do the other console versions at some point in time, but that's kind of where it generally starts at. But I like doing stuff like that. Ooh, oh man, I haven't played that one, but I do have what's the other one? Greatest Heavyweights on Genesis. I do have that one. I think Butterbean's in that one, but I'm not sure. Um Yeah, there is. I just gotta find a proper store to get them because because like I said, the retro stores I do that are it where I'm at, they don't move through inventory very quick. So if there's a game you're looking for isn't there, you're probably gonna have to wait a while before you find it. So and I don't like ordering online stuff online anymore. Not that I had a ton bad experiences ordering online. It's just it costs more, and I don't want to spend a bunch of money on a game that I'll play and review once, and I'll play again at some point, but not the frequency that's going to demand me spending that kind of money for it. So I kind of had to really peel back on a lot of the series I used to do because I couldn't constantly buy games anymore. Yeah, exactly. Like I used to do learning about video games, which I reviewed regular video games because when I did that show, I was a video game noob. I didn't know anything, and I kind of did that to kind of learn about games and play them and stuff, do a little light research and stuff. But I kind of had to stop doing it because I had to constantly buy new games to do it, and I just couldn't keep up with it. So I kind of had to stop doing it. I mean, I've been slowly nitpicking at another run of it at some point. I hope to do. I have a few games, but I always try to get at least like 8-ish amount of videos to do for the stuff I do, because it's a good round number to do stuff with. Ooh, Desert Strike I know of. That's a fun game. Um, yeah. But yeah, but as for, but yeah, but like, but if you guys do want to see certain games overall, I think the last stream of video game requests I did included like choose your own game venture or whatever. It was, like the kickoff game was Bad News Baseball on NES, and then we did and then I put in Soul Calibur on Dreamcast. Urban Strike, yeah. Did I play? I have either Desert Strike or Urban Strike. I don't remember. I know I've played both of them, but I don't know which one of those I have. But yeah, I'll probably do another casual game request stream at some point. It'll be under the Choose Your Own Game Venture name. Um, but I don't have anything yet for kicking off it or anything, so Urban was bad. Hold on, let me look. I have the games right here. I might as well see if I actually have it. That's Pigskin, Mortal Kombat, Football League. Got the playoff series, the hockey ones. Road Rash 2, Sonics. I have Urban Strike. I have Urban Strike. I don't have Desert Strike. I'm sure I played Desert Strike at some point, but I got Urban Strike. So, yeah, Pigskin Football. I do have them, and I have done it on the channel before, but I certainly can do it again, though. Of course. Because the thing, even though I reviewed stuff on the channel, a lot of reviews I've done are so long ago, and when pretty much 95% of my first time reviews of videos on my channel are my first time playing them, period. There's not a lot of videos, first time playing stuff online on review that I've played prior. Cause some of the games when I first started I played before because I already had them, but growing up, but yeah, Pigskin Football. That could be a good kickoff game to like the next Choose Your Own Game Venture stream. Actually, we can do that. Actually, I'll remember that, and I'll try to do that at some point, and then we can go from there. But I'll probably make a post or something to see what people want to see. I should really put a link to it too on that post so people can actually, because I can't really post a list of all the games I have in text form because it's too big. Ooh, I wish I had Mutant League Hockey. I have Mutant League Football, the Genesis and the PlayStation game. I actually reviewed the season mode of the PlayStation game, the Dynasty mode of it, live like a year or two ago, but they just did the final big update DLC push for it because they're going to do a sequel. So I may have to revisit that game at some point, in all honesty. It's just, there's just so many games I want to look at and review the modes and stuff at there. There's only so much time in a day. But I would love to get Mutant League Hockey, although unfortunately it's a little bit on the pricey side. I got lucky with my copy of Mutant League Football because my Genesis copy has the case in the manual with it, which is awesome. I got lucky with it because that manual is so helpful because it gives you so much on the teams and the stats and everything that you couldn't really see in the game. Yeah, I think we'll do that. The next time I do Choose Your Game Venture, Pigskin Football will be the kickoff game. So if you guys, that'll get it started. And so if people want to request games for that stream or request stream games on the fly during the stream, we can certainly do that. And I started doing that because I wanted to be able to like do something where if we wanted to explore something specific or just play a game just for fun or whatever, people could do that. Because a lot of when I first started the channel, a lot of stuff I did was very like specific and rigid and very set. Like this is the formula of da 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 and la da la da da. But like over time, once I got all the stuff done and did all that stuff, I kind of wanted to start doing more kind of spontaneous stuff because I started getting the tools to be more spontaneous. Because when I first started, I didn't know anything about streaming or nothing. Like I barely knew how to record and upload to YouTube. So when I got learned more over time, it kind of allowed me to do more stuff more on the fly and more with more flexibility. So that's why I kind of wanted to do something like that there. But there's a lot of stuff on the channel to look at. Man, some of the stuff is like going on 8 years old, which blows my mind because that just makes me feel so old. um, but yeah, but yeah. Outside of all that though, I think we will call it good here. Like I said, the next stream I'm gonna try to stream tomorrow. I'm gonna shoot to do some SmackDown Here Comes the Pain season mode review. Well, actually, correction. I'm gonna try to, but there's some little tweaks and updates I'm gonna make to our guy because we just did a season with him, and there's some tweaks to his moveset I'm gonna do because we created a guy as a community, and I want to try to make some tweaks. I don't know if I'll do it off screen or if I'll do it live. Because if we do it live, then it might eat up a little bit extra time. Because we do about 2 months, and that eats up quite a bit. Have a good night, Crash. Yeah, 15 years. Yeah, because the first official Campy Company video I would consider, because there were some videos on the profile before, but it wasn't under the Campy Company name. It was something else. But the first official one was in the fall of 2017. So that it's going to be going on 8 years, like later this year, like in the fall of this year. So it's crazy to me that I've been doing videos this long on the channel. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. There'll be some more stuff going on tomorrow. And yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this one here. Thanks for watching. In case you guys want to chat with anyone at the Campy Company, you didn't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. First one is we have a Discord channel. You can find a link to that in the About page / About section of our channel. We also have a community tab in our channel as well. You can access that anywhere at any time. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.